Hello and welcome to another video, and as it is a league race video, we're getting straight into the action once again. So we just finished our first qualifying lap here, 1:23.6. We are now going to be on board for our fastest lap. You can see Bob Rock has instantly took it off us, so Bob Rock is sort of following us here. He's now gone up to first with a 1:23.491. Now Phillip Island is probably one of the hardest circuits to be consistent at. It's a lot of corners that are very high speed and risky to push at. We're 4 tenths down on the lap time currently, so it's not looking like it's going to be a fantastic lap so far. As we hit the brakes now for the Honda hairpin, Drian has a crash there. But as we go into turn 4, I believe it's turn 4, we fire it out up towards Siberia now, hitting the brakes, getting the bike stopped pretty well. Straight on the throttle from about halfway through the corner, sliding out first gear. We're now 3 tenths away from that time on the grass a little bit there, so that was time trial, would have been invalidated, but luckily it's not time trial, so it's a little bit relaxed on the track limits through Lukey Height here. Ran a bit wide, but staying sort of towards the middle of the circuit. We now run to the right hand side, back over to the left of the MG corner. We're now only 28 1/1000ths away from his lap time, so we're definitely making some progress to that sector. That was a pretty good sector there, considering how far we were off. But going through the penultimate turn now, up towards the, well, it's basically flat towards the final turn. On the throttle from about halfway through the corner. Out the last corner we go. We're cutting up towards the line. What is the lap time going to be? A 23.3, so we take pole position with that. So back up into first position, we actually managed to gain about 6 tenths in the last 2 sectors, but at the end of the session it was not enough, and Bob Rock improved by another 10th to take pole position. I stayed second with a 22.3. R1 and was third with a 23.5. Jegger was fourth with a 23.8. Dream was fifth with a 24.4, and RKH was sixth with a 24.9. Piccolino disconnected before qualifying started, so that was unfortunate for him. We're on the grid now. Second position, looking at Bob Rock on pole. We're waiting to take control of the bike. We're on the grid now, we've got the clutch in. We're waiting for the lights to appear on the screen. Obviously you can see the actual lights in front of us for once, but they're already on. We're waiting for the lights to appear, but the lights are on now. We're waiting for the lights to go out, so we can let the clutch out. Start this Australian Grand Prix, and now lights out, away we go. Owen Hand's off to a great start, Bob Rock not so much. Bob Rock's got a little bit of wheelie there, so pulling alongside Bob Rock, up into second position already. Owen Hand still leads though as we head towards turn 1. Go quite conservative there, and Owen Hand's crashed on the curb, and there's a couple others crashed as well. Bob Rock's crashed, I think. Also RKH crashed there, so there's Drian and Vladimir Jegger behind me now. So there's a massive crash there. Bob Rock's crashed once again, so that's 2 crashes for Bob Rock. We've now got a 1.1 second lead after about 3 corners. So through Stoner's corner now, and we're coming to the end of the first lap. What's the lap time going to be? Well, how far are we ahead? We're now 2.2, so we've almost took another second out of Drian here. 29.6, obviously giving me the fastest lap since we were the first person to cross the line on the first lap. Cut to the end of lap 2 now. Go see what the gap is where we go over the line. 3.8, and then it disappears pretty quickly there, and we still see the fastest lap. We've got a 23.9 there, and R1 does a 23.8, so he's only catching us up by a 10th. It's not going to be enough to catch up for from a crash, and Bob Rock goes 2 tenths faster with a 23.7. But now we're cutting on to the start of the final lap. Yes, absolutely nothing else happened in that race, pretty much. We are going to be on board for the final lap because there were some shenanigans that happened behind. But, yeah, it was a very dominant victory here. Yeah, so I know I've sort of just said victory here, but it's quite obvious that I'm going to win. Looking how far I am in front, so I've not really spoilt it here. And we're on the last lap, of course. But, yeah, so I'm sorry about it being so short, this video. But that's just how the race ended up. So R1 and Bob Rock is overtake there, and that is because Bob Rock knocked off R1 and earlier on in the lap. So that'll be why. So that's allowing Jegger to catch right to the back of them. So now there's 3 of them scrapping over second position. And another crash for Bob Rock at the Honda hairpin there as he tried to go underneath R1 and. But we are still out front. I was completely oblivious to all what was going on behind me. I only found this all out after the race. So through Lukey Height now. We've got Vladimir Jegger behind us now, and R1 and in third. Bob Rock in fourth at this point in the race, but into MG corner we've got a massive lead. So if you look at the minimap, you can't see any dots or anything anywhere. Absolutely no one. Through turn 11 now. Again, as we go towards the final corner, third gear. And out of the last corner, we're going to finally win. We're going to finally end this win drought that we've been having. Finally no crashes. We've had plenty of second places. Well, there was a crash there for style over the line, but no crashes actually during the race. and we finally managed to get another victory in this league. It's been a long time coming, definitely, but in the end we win by 11.4 seconds to Vladimir Jega there in second position. R1 and our championship rival in third place with 13 seconds behind. Drian was fourth, 16 seconds behind, and RKH was still in the race there, but he it was over 40 seconds behind, or was it 30? I don't actually remember. But obviously, as I say, Piccolino disconnected before qualifying, so he's 7th place, and Bob Brook had a penalty from the first corner. So after he was down in like 4th position, he was going to lose to RKH and Drian anyway, so he just left the session. So he ended up 6th position. But we are onto the championship standings now. So quite important here. So Piccolino is now out of the championship running, 67 points behind, unfortunately. Obviously that disconnection not doing him well, because he probably could have got a pretty good result with the chaos happening in that race. But Jega's now only 2 points behind R1 and in the lead of the championship, so it's very close between those two. Drian is dropping back a little bit more again, he's now 14 points behind, and I closed up quite substantially by 9 points in that to 23 from 32 points behind. So yeah, it's really hotting up here. Obviously the championship is just between the 4 of us now, but I would say it's probably between the top 3 more likely, since there are only 2 races left. It's going to be very difficult to gain that many points. It's going to be even difficult to gain 14 points in 2 races, to be fair to Drian, so it could be a really good showdown. So obviously the next race is Malaysia, so that should be coming out next week. So yeah, I think I mentioned it in a video why there was no league race last week. It was just we didn't have a race that week, so that'll be why. But yeah, so apologies once again for the short video, but I can't really control what happens in the races. If nothing happens in the race, then nothing happens in the race. And it definitely been one of the most uneventful races I've ever ridden. I was just going around for 13 laps on my own, so I mean, I'm not complaining. I won the race, so I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, so again, apologies for the short video, but I hope you have enjoyed it either way. I might try and get up another video maybe tomorrow, because it's a bit of a yeah, it's very short, this one, so it'll be about 5-6 minutes I guess, but enough rambling about the video being short. That's just making the video longer, so yeah, whatever. Hopefully you have enjoyed it, as I say, and I shall see you in the next video.